are back. The time is now.
Hey, we're back.
Hey.
Doesn't seem like 5 minutes since we were back the last time. Anyway, welcome everybody on board. Myself, the Geordie Yam Yam. We've got the mighty winner. We've got Boki here for the live watch along. England versus Serbia. England already qualified. Serbia obviously having the manager or the head coach handing in his resignation from the last game. So obviously changes are above us all at Serbia. So we'll try and dig in a little bit to what's going on there. But before we get into all that, you know what we've got to do now. It's obviously the housework. Welcome to everybody watching across all of the platforms. Thanks to everybody that works in the background. It's a good job. Chris always sits behind us because, again, technical issues was awry in the background. You wouldn't believe it, but the mighty wind was flickering. And apparently they couldn't hear me. And when they did hear me, it sounded like I was in a tunnel. Don't forget, people out there in Viewerland, smash that like button for us if you enjoy the show. It certainly gets us further as a channel. Subscribe, it's totally free. Smash that bell button for us. Again, you'll get the 30-minute notification to say we're going live. Never edited this channel. If you want to support us, you can become a member. If you've got a question for any of us in the panel, and we're good enough to answer it, I hope it ain't about Serbia, mind. We'll try our best. Apologies, though. We don't guarantee everybody's question is answered. So if you do want to guarantee it, then follow the $ instructions. Throw us a Talk TV super chat, and that will guarantee that message read out. And anybody that becomes a member during the show, or any of our beautiful members out there that gift them along the line, will be thanked and highlighted as we go. How are we all, gentlemen? Looking rather patriotic. I must say.
Well, obviously, I have my patriotic attire on this evening, gentlemen. Yeah.
Indeed. Boki's took his cardi off. I mean, that's as patriotic as it gets, mate. Can't hear you, mate. No, I can't hear you this time. Are you on mute?
I was on mute.
Oh, I love it. I'll tell you something now. If you put us all in a crisp packet, you wouldn't get a good one if you shook it up. Oh, bless you. So, gentlemen, England have already qualified. Obviously, we knew there was going to be a couple of Newcastle players unavailable because of injury. Obviously, concussion with Popey. And Gooden's got a hip injury. So it looks like it's sucked the thumb. Is this the last chance for Pope, do you think? Getting a cap?
Is it?
I think it depends on what happens in Newcastle.
I think Pickford's there for the World Cup. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And right, much as it grieves me to see it, I think rightly so. I think he's the best English keeper there is. We've witnessed it often enough, with Newcastle and Everton. And then when you're watching all the other games, he does some miraculous stuff, really. And he is the best we've got. So, if you're talking about going as a number two, it's not really one way or the other, is it?
No, not really. It's one of them for me. Like I say, I think Popey has, I must say, had a chance because again, it depends on whoever the coach is at the time. When you're having a good session in between the sticks, sometimes you can be overseen, and you quite rightly say, Pickford for us has been probably the one that's kept a few of them out, if I'm honest with you. So it doesn't surprise me, no, but I do think this is probably it. I think there's younger, fresher, hungrier keepers,
and that's what
in that, on the same line, on the same pedestal. So do you keep going backwards? Chris is saying I'm using the web. Well, I'm not, because I haven't got any of my webcam cameras on. I'm using my tried and trusted. But again, can I ask everybody else in the chat, do I sound like I'm in a tunnel?
You sound rookie.
So let's see.
The fact that he's picked Dean Henderson for the bench is proof enough. Unless Ramsdale, again, I think Pope is too long in the tooth. If Ramsdale gets back in, he's got a half a chance. But again, you know, you've got Trafford and you've got other young English keepers who are knocking on the door. Dean Henderson is without doubt the best of the bunch, best of the rest, if you like. And Pope's gone, you know, to have a bit of fun or whatever. But he ain't going to make the first team. And let's be honest, would you seriously consider playing Pope for England?
No.
Pickford.
You know, if I had my choice, as we've said in the last few weeks, I would have Ramsdale playing for Newcastle, never mind England. So
I think that's
where we are. I you know, good, you know, clap, because he's been called up. But
I think the thing is with the goalkeepers, Pickford's a good goalkeeper. He is good, but there's none of them a world class sort of thing. There's none of them that would get into sort of a top team. And I think Pickford could have potentially, but he never made that move from Everton. And I've never quite understood why not, because I think there probably would have been a big team that would have went in for him.
And I'm sure that would. But here's the thing: does the fact that he's been loyal to Everton automatically mean that he's not absolute top draw quality?
I'm not saying he's not top quality. What I'm saying is I don't think he's world class. He's a great goalkeeper, but I don't think he quite hits the world class. I don't think he'd get into a Man City team or a Liverpool team or a Barcelona team. I think he's on the cusp of that, and he could have went somewhere like that.
What I'm saying, had he gone to a Liverpool, we would never go to Liverpool from Everton, but had he gone to a Man City or a Liverpool, would he then have proven, with obviously a much better defence protecting him, that he was almost invincible? He would have looked like an Ederson or an Alisson or a Martinez. I think there's every chance that he could have done, because some of the games he's had against us have been outrageous.
I'm just not sure he would ever have made it at the top level. And that's not me calling the lad. It's not because he's from Sunderland. He's a great goalkeeper, but I just don't think he would ever have made it above the as I say, at the very, very top. I think he could have played for a higher up team. I think he would have got a Man United's team over the last few years quite easily, but not
easy.
The top team. Gary,
you're mute.
I think as well, with the players, when Tilgau gets Gary sound sorted, the players behind him, in regards to the pecking order, I don't think there's much between Eddie. As you say, Henderson's the number 2, but I don't think there's much between any of the others for the number 3.
And I think you're right, but I also think that Pickford is way above those.
Oh, he's way above the rest of them.
And especially, you know, and the one thing we criticise Pope for as Newcastle fans is his footwork and his kicking, and to a degree his distribution, although he proved us wrong with his super Barnes assist, which he doesn't do often enough, obviously.
Right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Nails better, mate.
Oh, I say again, I don't. All I've done is gone out and come back in again. I think this is EV Mux playing its usual
switch it
thing.
off and switch it on.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn the thing off.
The old field
and switch it straight back on again. I was starting to get worried there because I haven't changed or adjusted anything. just going back on your point, again, I've seen Andy Barwick in the chat there saying, is Pickford too small to go further? You know, I mean, he's a great keeper, and I mean, to be fair, he's made some worldies, and he's got the attitude. You know, he loves the crowd on his back. I think he'd get an extra 5% out of Pickford if you have a go at him, if you start the banter. And he's certainly that type of keeper where he's not a Gordon Banks. Don't get me wrong, because Gordon Banks was for me probably the best I've ever seen in an England shirt, but he's the same frame as Gordon Banks. He's very agile, he's very nimble, and because he's still small, you know, he can get in the air, he can get to balls that you'd think would beat him. So I think, like I say, if it was the fact that he was a little bit on the smaller side, what is he? Only 5'11" or something silly, isn't it? 6 foot. And now he's not a massive keeper, like as in height. If he would have been 6'6", he would have been at a top club. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think, you know, and that's probably where I'm coming from. Chris is saying I'm still sounding the same. I don't know.
No, you sound good.
What the hell is
Nick Pope is actually the tallest in the Prem.
out of all of them?
Out of all, no, sorry, out of there's keepers here that I don't even recognise. So I'm assuming there must be, because it's Premiership goalkeepers, and I'm assuming these must be like
Bench
number
players,
2s or so, in Premiership squad somewhere. Well, help me out and tell me. Kyle Sherpen.
Yeah.
He's the tallest at 6'9".
Okay.
Lucas Bergstrom, 6'9". Matt Macy, 6'5". Oh, Fraser Foster, I recognise Fraser Foster, of course I do. 6'7". Courtois not in the Prem now, is he?
No,
This is an all-time or something win, is it?
I'm going to say this is probably
it must be all time. Yeah, sorry. I
Right, then,
but nevertheless, Nick Pope is number 7 on that list, behind of the keepers that I've heard of, Fraser Foster and Courtois, Thibaut Courtois.
Okie doke. Let's have a quick look at the teams then. For England, we have Pickford, Konza, James, Royce, Stones, Saka, Kane, Rashford, Rodgers, O'Reilly, and Anderson. On the bench, Chalobah, Henderson, Bellingham, Byrne, Henderson, Spence, Wharton, Foden, Eze, Bowen, Trafford, and Kwanzaa. Couple of lads in that substitutions. I was surprised not to see start. Foden's having an excellent season at City. I thought he would have squirmed his way in. Or are we looking at now, you know, you don't change the same. You sound like you're in a fishbowl. Must be a YouTube thing. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
You sound okay, guys. Don't worry about
it. And you know, for me, I think it's a case for Tuchel now. Is it a case of I want to see other players? I mean, O'Reilly coming in. Obviously, he's going to go to this 4-2-3-1 with 2 sitters. I say 2 sitters. You know, Royce is going to go box to box because that's the type of player he is. And you also know that Anderson will do the same now. He's that type of player in a similar vein with Royce. So as one sits, it allows the other one to go. It's something that Newcastle need to look at, if I'm honest with you. For me, these are the type of players that Newcastle need. Somebody who can drop in and allows the other one to disappear. I'm not saying Royce or Anderson, by the way. I'm just saying it's a type of player. I still don't think we have a natural 6 at Newcastle. I think we've got 2 great standings. But again, what we often see when the lads aren't playing well is nobody goes, everybody stays, or everybody goes and nobody covers. So it's still, to me, very hit and miss on certain games that we are, we're still reliant on somebody just to be on the ball with that. But again, England have qualified, really strong side again. nobody in there that really I look at and I go, you're not having really a bad season here. Rodgers is doing okay, but like I say, for me, the lad who seems to be well on form at the moment is Foden, and I'm surprised that he hasn't got a chance yet. What's your guys' thoughts on the English side?
Well, on Foden in particular, Foden is having a great season with Man City. But if you look, I mean, I'm going back probably the 22 Euros. No, 22 World Cup. When all the fixtures are put out and everything, and you set up your friends competition leagues on various platforms and whatnot. I put a bet on then for Foden. This was when Southgate was manager, for Foden to win Player of the Tournament. That was when he was just coming through Man City and he was knocking doors out of windows. And I had a bet on there with the bookies. This was not just in the various leagues where I had him to be top assists and which he played whatever it was 16 minutes
right
in the whole tournament under Southgate. When I thought that was going to be his real breakthrough, tournament moment, call it what you will. And he never got a kick. I don't know whether
it's crazy.
I don't know whether that's like Crampton's style for England.
Yeah.
But since then, whilst he's often performed for Man City, I can't think of a game for England where you would say, wow, what a player for Foden.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the opposite that we are getting at the minute with Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who we are saying, what the hell's he doing? And he goes to England and knocks the ball out of the park.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy.
I don't know if it's a different atmosphere or whatever, but...
He's a little bit surprised Bellingham's not starting.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of rumours saying that there were a little bit of a falling out with Tuchel.
Between Tuchel and Bellingham.
And also, I think Bellingham, I mean, again, Real Madrid, he's been on fire, at Real Madrid. And that, you do question whether, Tuchel's a harsh guy. If you say the wrong thing to the likes of Tuchel, it doesn't matter how good you are, But I think sometimes you have to put your... I don't mind any manager, any coach punishing his players. You know what I mean? Players still need to be put in the place. No one player is bigger than the bags that they wear. But when you're looking at going into a major tournament, you want all your best players playing at the height of their game, also feeling valued. You know what I mean? And I think that's, to me, the big thing. Let's have a quick look then before we start, because I know the lads are virtually in the tunnel ready to come out. We've got 4 minutes left. We've got Rajkovic, Mimovic, Milenkovic, Pavlovic, Terzic, Good Edge, Lukic, Ilic, Zivkovic, Kostic. I thought that was somebody you put down the toilet. Anyway, Vlahovic, and then you've got Petrovic, Grujic, Radonjic, Jovic, Katai, Vejkovic, Milivojevic, Irakovic, Ilic, Stankovic, and Sarmaci. And tonight it'll be Serbia has the ball. You can understand where we go with that one. Right then, there you go. So that's the two teams. I hope you guys did better than me. Keep an eye out for number 19 with Serbia. If he comes off the bench, Alexander Stankovic, yes, son of the legend Dejan Stankovic. Foxy, what's your thoughts on the new lad that we are linked with? I've got been doing a bit of a dig this afternoon on him. It's one we mentioned previously, Win, on one of our previous shows. The young lad that's coming through the ranks. I think he certainly looks a star at the moment. So certainly one to watch. Are we still using that one? Okay, that's cool. Just so I know where we are.
I've got the private match with the teams in the tunnel.
Just coming out now, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll do, mate.
Has Mitrovic used to play for us? Has he retired from international football now?
He's injured.
He's injured.
I would say, yeah, he's gone, hasn't he?
Because they're strikers.
I was strangely hoping that he might be playing today, because I had a soft spot for Mitrovic at Newcastle. I didn't think Benitez gave him the lickings of a dog, to be fair.
I think a lot of people did win. I think a lot of people thought he should have played a lot more games under Benitez.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree, mate.
Yeah,
I think,
if I was to pick one failing from Rafa, that would have been it. I don't think we got anywhere near the best. He had his limitations, but what he did really well.
There was always that worry he was going to be sent off, though, wasn't there?
I tell you what Mitrovic was. He was a J7 with goals.
Yeah.
And J7 hasn't got the goal. He hasn't quite got the J7 skill set, but he had the goals, and that's what you want from a number 9.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. According to an update from the Chronicle, J7, Joe Litton got a nasty cut from the challenge from Brentford's Dango Utara, leaving the game after 24 minutes in the 3-1 loss. Tests show it's just a cut and no deeper damage. He'll be monitoring during recovery. Club expects he'll return for the Manchester City game next weekend, boosting the team. His exclusion from Brazil's squad might help his recovery timeline. Eddie Howe called him a big miss after coming up against Brentford, initially thinking it could have been a major injury.
It looked pretty bad, didn't it, at the time?
Yeah, well, it did. Like I say, when he went and did his missus' a makeup sponge back, and then he put it back on his leg, and I'm thinking, Christ, I'm not being funny. I do think, these players, yeah, exactly. These guys, I mean, it literally looked like one of them shoulder pads from, what was the 1980s Dynasty? Remember Dynasty? Yeah. There was other soaps as well, if anybody was interested.
I'll tell you one thing that will be interesting to watch during this game is the two full-backs for England, to see whether, obviously the ones that are starting tonight, whether we think if Tino and Hall get back fit, whether they'll have a chance of replacing them, or these are the ones he'll go with. I think there's probably more chance at the left-back position than there's the right-back, in my opinion.
Well, Rhys James, we're speaking through the national anthem, of course, but Rhys James, and we can't play it, sadly.
Exactly.
But Rhys James, he gets a lot of stick, but I think he's a fantastic footballer. And O'Reilly, I don't think we've seen anything of him yet.
Nico O'Reilly, no, he's a good young talent, Mike.
He's a bit of a special player, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's going to be
one of them. They've got the work cut out to get into that team, but they're knocking on the door without a doubt.
I mean, that's how it should be, isn't it? They should be knocking on the doors. It shouldn't, like I say, there should be no gimmies at this level now. And I think that is, where we are. No gimmies, get the job done and get it sorted. And like I say, for us going forward.
By the way, today's a good test, because as you've said, we've already qualified.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you put your feet up. It means you show what you're worth.
No, you're right, but like I say, it's a different feeling from when you are, qualified. You can play football now, and I think that is the thing. When you're not under pressure, you sometimes can get the best out of players because they can play with freedom. Where if you've still got that tension, it's a must-win, and for Serbia, if you think it is a must-win. I mean, they'll play with this, usual. What is expected is a 3-5-2 system. Milenkovic, Pavlovic at the back, and then they'll go 5 across the middle with Kostic and Samardzic in and amongst that. Again, they'll try and deliver balls going out tonight. And I've just been thrown a quote there by Connor. Obviously, our 18-year-old starlet, Wadini, called up to Libya senior team for the international. So well done for that young lad. Again, I said to you guys, I don't look at the under-21s at the academy at the moment, but the under-18s, they have got some good players. And it'll be that group of lads where you may start to see some breakthrough moments. So watch this space on that one.
And if
it looks like they're going 4-3-3 according to this.
If anybody's watching the under-17 FIFA at the minute in Qatar, is it Qatar, Dubai, in the Middle East?
Somewhere out there, yeah.
Somewhere there. Heffernan is really tearing up trees for Ireland. So there's the one to look out for.
Heffernan's doing really good. Anyway, we're off. Pickford's got the ball, and he goes long. It's a bit smoky at Wembley tonight. So we'll try and.
Anybody who wants to think we're on 15 seconds, no spoilers, please.
Indeed,
if you're in front of us.
Yeah, I mean it literally is Konza going back to Pickford, and he is going to pick the ball
walking it out of his area, just like Nick Pope would.
Yeah.
Not
the ball out now to O'Reilly. The first touch for O'Reilly on this left side. Like I say, we certainly got a lot of talent in the full-back areas, haven't we, for England? It seems like, you say, you look at Lewis Hall, and then you got Spence that doesn't look out of shape there. I think it's a good defence at the minute. You know what worries? Oh, that's a cracking little move. It's a shame that they didn't pick that up with Rodgers. It's a shame that they, like I say, for me, the one worry, the one concern is up front. You look at not long back, we had lots of forward players that looked to be on the fringe. But it does look a bit thin these days.
You've got Harry there dropping back into the centre circle again.
Yeah.
He says, give us
it.
He's gone, what a lovely little back heel. That's it. That was almost Voldemort-ish.
It was indeed. Anyway, the ball come back. And like I say, it's now Elliot Anderson picking the ball up. He plays a square ball. O'Reilly then picks it back.
Under pressure.
Yeah. Stones let that one go, thinking that O'Reilly was going to get it, and he did. So Konza now with the ball. Yeah. Again, Anderson, he's always going to come and want that ball. Elliot Anderson at the minute is full of confidence.
Is Spence injured, by the way? Because he's not on the bench, and I think he's been the last 3 or 4 games. He's been one of our best players.
Oh yeah, he has. He's been very good.
He's very unlucky to be. So I can only assume he must be injured, and I didn't know that he was.
Yeah, Elliot Anderson goes all the way back to Konza.
Let me have a look.
I think these are going to be quite a physical team, aren't they, by the look of it?
Oh yeah, they're going to have to come at us. That's the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, they are going to have to really, come and test the water with us. Rice picks the ball up, gives it to Stones, gives the ball across to Konza. Konza now down that line, tries to drill a ball in towards Rodgers, and again the referee is going to pull that one up. It's a free kick, a little bit too zesty. That was from Elliot Anderson. Punovic is their head coach now. I don't know much about some of these Serbs, to be fair.
You're not alone, Gary. You're not alone.
I am not going to try and tell you who is on the ball at the moment, because I'll spend too much time trying to work it out. Ball over the top for Serbia to run to. Serbia have got the ball into the box of England, and again, it's well tracked back there. Vlahovic, again, a lad who we were looking at. Ball
Well,
over the top, and it was behind the back line. Like I say, it was really good tracking back that from Konza. And gets the block on the like I say, it's a very tight angle. I don't think he would have scored from there, or he shouldn't do. But again, you've got to be careful of that ball over the top. England in the 4th minute.
Well, as far as I can see, there's no injury to Jed Spence.
No, I didn't think there was. I don't think there's anything per se.
He's not playing. He's not on the bench. I think that's very harsh.
I think it's like I say, it's giving a young O'Reilly a shout, and I think he's coming for Spence.
Yeah. I suppose it could be Tuchel just it's not a critical game, obviously, because we've already qualified. So let's have a look and see what we've got.
Yeah, and for me, it's that's the way forward. It's crikey, there's a bit of a tussle going on there in the penalty area. Handbags at 6 paces. We're just waiting for the delivery of this ball's come across from Serbia. We're going to keep it in. He has. He's closed down by Rice, and he gives the ball back. And again, it's delivered or tried to be delivered directly into the box. And Saka there with the block, and it's out for the Serbian throw-in.
He's looked quite good in the first few minutes.
Well, it's more or less because these haven't qualified, so this is for them to try and get into second spot, isn't it? Behind England, so they'll push for everything tonight. They have to. It's not going to be a difficult an easy couple of games for them. Ball over the top, and it's straight out into the feet. Cattle Heffernan, too old for the under-17s. It's Rory Finneran that's doing well. There you go. Thanks, Foxy, for getting it right. I'll tell you who's also starting to rattle some bells, if you like, and you look at young Sean Neve, even though he didn't score the other night. The crowd was certainly singing his name. He does. And that's what I can't understand with Eddie Howe not actually having a look at this lad. I do think he's one to watch going forward. He's got all the vision. He's got all the work rate in the box. He just needs to be a little bit stronger. But like I say, that's only going to come with experience.
Oh, there's Harry doing the Voldemort again. Oh, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It's very deep.
Very, very deep. Yeah. Ball out on that right-hand side. Reece James just into Anderson, who sees a running behind for Saka. Saka then, it's a good challenge though, to be fair. Good tackle, last-ditch tackle. And again, Serbia just clear. Try and get that ball out the way.
War ball, ref.
War ball. If it comes over again, I'll put a knife in it. Where are we? I'm just trying to bring that back to somewhere where I can see it. Anyway, Serbia again, right with the keeper. Goes to their left centre back, and again, it's pushed down the wing and fall into the midfield. But again, it's picked up well by England. Reece James now just dropping the ball back to the halfway line to Konza. And again, goes square. Rice comes deep to say, I'll be your extra man if somebody wants to push. And it goes out to Stones, who goes out to Reece James again, who's gone on that right-hand side. Back to Stones, who can drop it up on the halfway line from Elliot Anderson. Ball down the line this side on the left-hand side. Rashford now. First time I've really seen Rashford have the ball. He gets around the side of him again, doing his trademark Rashford, but again he runs into a blue shirt, and that's cleared by Serbia. Again, trying to get Vlahovic on the move there, but again, it's well spot out by Stones. Konza, it's a poor ball from Konza. Trying to find Flacker down that right-hand side, and it's kicked it out for a throw-in. A bit sloppy. What's your thoughts at the minute?
It's a bit to and fro in it. Nobody's put their foot on the ball yet. Which is
nobody's really settled in any sort of pattern, have they?
It's early doors, and there's no. But what that shows right now is that they are going to try and play it out from the back, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's no press.
And there's no press.
4-4-2.
That's what I'm saying, looking at there. There isn't any press. So we're quite happy to let them have it in their own half. How far back?
I mean, I do like this, though. I mean, look at it. You see, it's that them trigger points.
Now
you've seen right there saying to Rodgers, get in there. Yeah, get in there. Because if we can win the ball back at this point.
Now we're going.
Yeah.
Posted anyway, back to the keeper. What's he going to do this time, though? Is he going to hoof? The you know what?
Indeed. Ooh,
I think he's going to have to. Because yeah, up it goes, up and went straight to an England shirt.
Yeah, can we pick up this second ball? Ooh,
that was well played.
Yeah, I thought Rashford was going to pick his pocket there. Go on, yeah. Again, that's a bit of a poor ball from Serbia, just behind the left centre-back, out to the left-back, and it's down the line, trying to find a blue shirt. But again, that should be picked up quite easily from Reece James, who plays it safe and gives it back to Pickford. Now, what Pickford's going to do now is going to just throw it back to Konza into Anderson, and then comes deep. Again, progressive ball from Anderson. He just wants to get it forward down that line. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Rodgers and Saka. Rodgers then goes across to the left-hand side towards Rashford. Rashford on the left corner of the box, pulls it onto his right foot. Got a bit of space to shoot here, Rashford. Goes centrally, but then he decides to go out to Reece James. Reece James now to Rodgers. Fires the ball into the box. And that deflection falls comfortably in the arms of the keeper. Bit better from England.
Well, everything was brilliant then, apart from the final ball from Rodgers.
Yeah.
That was,
a shame.
Was a lovely little passage of play, that.
Yeah, it was. It was very good.
And that started with Anderson's ball to a man who was marked. Well, I say marked, who had two players around him. Passed it to him because he trusts him to be able to do something with it, and he did.
Yeah. Stones drops it out to Rashford.
We seem so frightened at the minute to give the. They're all, because the confidence is so low. They're wanting the easy. Oh, well done. Beautiful.
Rashford, yeah, nice ball, Aries. Rashford again comes inside, looks to give it behind him, fires it into Anderson, who drops it onto his right foot, then his left, and then he shoots. It's blocked this time. But again, second balls for England. Balls played through for Saka. Didn't quite work. And Rodgers then tries to find Kane. And it went behind him, and it's out for the goal kick to Serbia.
Oh, but this is much... lovely tackle.
That was a great tackle.
Oh, that's a replay. Oh.
Yeah. So
different from a different
zone.
angle.
Yeah, it was like the Twilight Zone for you, that was, wasn't it?
It was.
Serbia goal kick. Are you happy with what you've seen so far, Boki?
Yeah, they're playing okay. They're not in control of the game at all. I don't think either side are. But to be honest, I think it's a bit of a 50-50 one at the minute. I don't think there's much between either team.
No, but do you reckon it's like I say, it's at the minute, it's them, I always say the first 20 minutes in a game like this is crucial. And you've got to realise that Serbia are going to try and get the ball over the top of you. So you've got to keep your discipline. You've got to keep your shape. And you've got to see off their first 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, they'll drop off. So that's when you should start to see, the white shirts start to have more of the ball, if you like, and play in the channels, because the more time goes on, the more Serbia then have to commit bodies forward. So, like I say, the first 20 minutes, let them huff and puff a bit, and hopefully we can get something then from that.
I mean, you can tell there's a little bit of a difference in quality between the teams when you're watching them play. But as you see, I think for the first 20 minutes, these are fired up for it, aren't they?
They are, like I said, it's and obviously they've got a new coach. So I think this is the first game or competitive game that he's had with them, I think. So, like I say, I suppose there'll be a couple of players that are trying to, impress as well. So you'll get an extra bit of percentage out of them. Shouldn't really matter on quality though, because there's not that much talent on the field of play these days for Serbia.
Tell you one player I have been impressed with for them is is it the young striker from Juventus? Is he from? I'm going to try to see his name.
Vlahovic.
Yeah. But he seems to be able to put himself about a little bit. He's not scared.
No, not at all. He's doing okay. He's doing really well. I was really impressed with him. I still think, like I say, he was somebody that I think Newcastle should have had a really good look at. I know there's a lot of people said, he ain't worth the wages that he's on. But again, if he wants to play football, that's something you have to discuss and negotiate, isn't it? I think that was it. Something like
he's not going to. He's
15
not going to
million or something stupid.
Yeah. And he knows he's not going to get that.
No. I mean, like I say, I think there's certainly a player there. Again, the Premier League is a different animal. And I think, like I say, sometimes
Here we go, a long throw.
See how good he does. It's up in the air. It's a bit loopy. Make it a bit of a battle. It's just lashed at and over the top of Pickford's bar for an England goal kick.
Isn't it funny how football goes round in circles? Because the long throw-ins seem to have gone out the game a few years ago, and now it's back with a vengeance, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's gone full circle, mate. And that's what I said. I mean, everybody's doing it now. They all say, like, what goes round comes round, and it seems typical of the football we've seen now. Like I say, who'd have thought that Newcastle would have kicked the ball into the corner and give the ball away from any kickoffs? But it's about putting pressure on the opposition, and now because players and teams now want to play from the back. We've also seen them kick straight out of play for a goal kick to the opposition from the centre circle. And, not long ago, we'd have been cussing things like that. But it seems as though it's very a tactical approach these days because teams want to play out from the back. So the game has evolved, and like I say, to a point, it's gone round in circles. Serbia now
and
on the
not
right
for the
side.
better, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a poor ball. The keeper gets him out of jail, though, stops it going out for a corner. That's headed inside by O'Reilly. Anderson having a bit of a tussle in the midfield there.
Well done again,
Anderson
under pressure, 3.
Yeah.
And he still finds a white shirt without going backwards.
Bit of a slip there. Gives it back to Anderson. Conza. Stones now picks the ball up, plays the ball out to Rashford. Rashford's got O'Neill on the outside. He plays it into Kane. Kane sees Saka in
ball.
Acres of pace on that right hand side. Runs into the box now. Saka tries a shot.
Trademark.
Just leaning. Yeah, just leaning back.
Trademark cut in, but just leaning back too far.
Yeah, puts it over the bar.
That was a superb ball from Kane, that league.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I say, he's certainly got that in his locker, hasn't he, Kane? Bringing other players into the game. He's certainly got good vision. He should
Just
never have stayed at Tottenham as long as he
when the
did.
takeover happened, the first window after the takeover, and I said, just bust the bank, get Kane. This was obviously 4 years ago now. Bust the bank, get Kane and Rice. Kane from Spurs and Rice from Arsenal. And I think those two players in the same side would be dynamite in the Prem. And this was 4 years ago, by the way, when Kane was in his prime. And he was, Spurs were definitely going to sell him. And I thought, we've got all this money, just go and get, we would have got Rice instead of Arsenal getting him.
Yeah.
And then they ganged up on we, didn't they?
There you go. Just going to put that up there because obviously the Congo still 0-0. Thanks, Foxy. Nigeria beat Gabon 4-1 after extra time to go to the World Cup qualifier. And then obviously you've got Congo still 0-0, which obviously still Wissa could be involved in that. If the stories are true, he's going to be back for the Burnley game. Does that take him out of the equation then for Gabon? I don't think it will. Not for Gabon, sorry, for Congo.
The bottom line is, Gary, it's up to him. It's up to him. If he wants to go, he will go.
Absolutely. Ball played out to that right-hand side. Reece James down to Saka. Saka tries a little bit of a reverse ball, but he doesn't go to anybody. But England have managed to pick that second ball up. Great ball out from Anderson to O'Neill. O'Neill puts it down. He plays the ball again back across the box. It's headed clear by Serbia. Reece James heads it to Saka. Ball again into Anderson, who fires it into the box. Again, it's headed clear by Serbia. The ball's fallen to Kane.
Oh,
the box is half a chance there for Kane. And it comes square to Rice, though. Konza just throwing the ball out to that right-hand side again to Reece James. Reece James, Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson fires it into Saka. Saka pulls it across the box and it's blocked. And it's out for an England corner.
Oh, it's chucking it down.
Much. Yeah, they say it looks a bit wet out there. So, well done, I think. Rodgers, it was a deflection from Rodgers. Nobody else. It's a goal kick.
Did he give the goal kick or did he give the corner?
But it doesn't look like it.
No, I think it's
It's given the corner,
That
was a goal kick.
That was a goal kick, yeah. It's crazy.
We'll take it.
Indeed.
No VAR on anything but penalties and goals. Oh, that was it's obviously off the training pitch, but it didn't come off.
Well, it certainly didn't come off that one. Saka back out to Rice.
Either that or it was an absolutely atrocious corner.
I'm going to say, yeah. They're trying to con everybody here. And it's challenged by Serbia. It's going to have to play it over after the deflection. So it's a throw into Serbia. Halfway in their half. Don't know what's going on here. England, everybody's going off. Oh, Pickford's gone down. Yeah, it looks like he's done something to his quad. Oh, that's interesting. What we got here?
That would be bad news for Everton if he's injured.
Yeah. It's
it's a horrible thing to say, but
I know what's coming.
Needs must when the devil drives.
Oh dear! Oh, he's got back on his feet.
He's back.
Toffee, Shell will be like having her fingers crossed here, seeing him get back on his feet. She's like, "Oh, thank you." And it's Albania versus England on Sunday. That's a 4 p.m. away at Albania. So we'll be on air with that one as well.
Between Albania and Serbia, who's going to get the second spot in our group?
Yeah.
And Albania are currently still drawing with Andorra, the mighty Andorra. But so you would expect, if they win that, they're through, of course, because that means... So let's hope we'll get a scoreline coming in shortly saying Albania 1, Andorra 0, and that'll knock the stuffing out of Serbia, I think, because they're playing for nothing, really.
Yeah. Long clearance for England, trying to get behind Serbia.
But
here.
from
Serbia.
from an entertainment point of view, I'd rather it didn't happen, so that Serbia, so we've got
Still
a match
got
on
something to
hands.
fight for. Yeah, exactly. O'Neill now goes back to Pickford. Anderson comes deep, clicks that ball. Do I say O'Neill? So I keep saying O'Neill, don't I? It's O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Yeah, he's got it now. That's the one.
Oh, lovely
a bit of a dummy there from
dummy.
Rashford into Rice. Rice gives it back to Rashford.
Oh, straight down
didn't
his
get enough
throat.
shape. Yeah, didn't get enough shape into that far corner, Rashford.
That should have been a goal.
Yeah, but it's,
But
like I
that
say...
was a beautiful dummy.
Because, Rashford seems to have come back to his best again, doesn't he? Since he's moved to Barca.
Now that he's left the graveyard.
Do you think Rashford's bulked out a little bit as well? He looks a little bit more... Got a little bit more about him when he's running about?
Probably. I mean, like I say, he's... it's a good ball that in the cross, but it's just cleared by England.
Tell you what, I would have fancied Mitrovic on the end of that.
100%.
Well, anything in the air, Mitrovic would have been throwing himself at, wouldn't it? Going back to what you were saying, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could have, but again, when you look at like Rashford, who his body language was really bad, wasn't it? Shoulders slumped.
I was going to say whether it's just stature.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's playing very much now with his head held high. Some of his figures coming out of Barcelona at the minute.
They're loving at Barca now.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't love him when he missed that open goal. To be fair, but he got one or two jibes. But like I say, they've certainly seen the best of him. James throws the ball back, and again it's Konza back to Pickford. Ball play comes down to O'Reilly. O'Reilly looks to try and get it down the line to Rashford, but again it's blocked this time. England throwing in the Serbian half on this left-hand side. O'Reilly. Just looking for options. Throws it over the top. That's a bit dodgy, but Elliot Anderson gets a toe to it to Konza. Konza's been turned by Serbia, and he's gone safe again to Pickford. Pickford plays along the floor all the way
comfortable
through.
he is with his feet there. Oh, and again, man.
All the way out to Kane. Kane now picks the ball out to Saka. Saka comes in again on his left-hand foot. It's blocked this time by Serbia.
Referee!
Bit of a challenge there from the Serbian player on Elliot Anderson again. Did well there, Anderson, to be fair, to get to that ball first. And just draws the challenge. Yeah, still didn't quite get hold of that, Saka, did he?
No.
But that's what he does really well. And that's two chances he's had now. Yeah, if he gets another one of them, I would back him putting it in.
Yeah. If you stand on his right hand side, on his left, on his left hand side, do you stop his presence? That's the thing.
He does a
poop. Push that one. Oh, right,
push!
A chance.
Get it!
There you go, Saka.
Well done,
come on, get in. O'Reilly had a shot that was deflected, and it falls beautifully in the path
there
of
is
Saka.
the situation that we've had at the Toon. Pope punches it instead of pushing it to the side or whatever, and it goes straight to an England player. Has a shot, rebound, bash in.
Yeah, I mean good ball in, but it should be the keeper's all
No,
day,
but
shouldn't
that
it?
punch is...
Rubbish.
That is almost a carbon copy of the Arsenal goal against us.
Yeah,
He
he
could-
punches when he doesn't need to. Falls
could have
directly
caught-
to O'Reilly. Yeah, I mean, Saka puts that in beautifully, though. In-step volley.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Beautiful goal, to be fair.
I know it used to sometimes cause issues, but do you remember when keepers used to try to save into the ground, then catch the ball? That's completely gone now as well. It is just if they're not sure, punch it.
Yeah, but you see, for me,
It
as a
was in
keeper,
front-
you've
it
got
was
the
in
full
front of
vision in
his
front
chest.
of you.
In front
Yeah,
of
exactly.
his chest when he punched it.
I just think it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you look at some of the comments that Pope's received recently because of all his punching and how his form seems to have gone a bit of a dip. And he has, he's cost us a couple of goals as daft as it looks from
That's it,
some of
there's a
his
few-
performances. And that's the
You
trouble,
know,
you see, when you keep as the last one in line. That's it.
Well, there's been a lot of sticking in our programmes that, yes, Pope has made some magnificent saves, but how many goals has he cost us? And there's a few of them.
I suppose the other question
As a keeper, you're supposed to save stuff as a keeper.
Yeah.
And if you are evaluating how many really were on the attack here, it was not such a good ball.
Yeah. Now Rogers saw a
But
glimpse
the
of an
press is
opportunity
there. The
they've
press
given
is...
the ball back.
Oh,
Referee's given
overprotection
a free
referee.
kick. Yeah.
I was just going to say, how many saves do you think that Pope's made that Ramsdale wouldn't have made? Is I suppose the other side of the coin. I don't think there's a lot that
Of
Ramsdale
course, that's what
wouldn't
I'm
have.
saying. That's what's been brought up on a lot of the shows that we've done, and I'm kind of.
The problem is you'll never know.
Well, I've said for long enough I would have Ramsdale in, but
If Eddie wants to play, out from the back, then he's got to put Ramsdale in, and he's got to lose the extra bit of shot stopping if that's the situation, because
except say there Pickford with his feet there, first time bash straight out, no problem, and he received that ball at a pace and could still deal with it comfortably. Oh, another great ball by Kane there.
Yeah, to Reece James. Reece James down the line to Saka.
Wake up.
I always think you've got to weigh up the pros and cons. If you're playing a style of football, possession based, which is what Eddie wants to do from the back, then you've got to have a player there that can act as a second or third defender. You know what I mean? So when your two centre halves go wide, you're still capable of receiving the ball in the middle of your penalty area to do something with. Newcastle haven't got that. So at the end of the day, you've got to say, well, okay, if it means I'm going to be more susceptible of getting goals conceded because he's not a better shot stopper, but he can give us a better outlet, then sometimes you've got to take the rough with the smooth. But I don't think there's much between them when it comes to shot stopping. And at the minute, I think Ramsdale is very happy, he's very confident, and by all accounts, the loan deal is going to be made permanent. So from whatever he's showing in training, he's showing the right things. Yeah, nice build-up play there. Reverse ball.
Hard lanes.
In towards Rogers. Just wasn't collected there. O'Reilly goes back to Stones.
We are definitely starting to dominate now.
Yeah. If Pickford wasn't from where he's from, you think he's a player that we would have went in for?
Pickford.
Yeah.
I mean, well, like I said, they were looking at Trafford, weren't they? I mean, he was fixated on Trafford for 4 years.
Pickford meets a lot of Eddie. Well, meets all of Eddie's criteria for players.
Yeah. I think the problem is like I say,
excellent.
I don't think there would have been a problem.
Go on, son.
Unlucky. from
The
Rashford
old
there.
nutmeg.
Yeah, indeed. I don't think there would have been an issue. It's like I say, it's whether Newcastle would have been willing to pay what Everton would want to release Pickford, because at the end of the day, Pickford's always been happy at Everton. He's never wanted to be gone. He's always, he said the only other club that he wanted to play for apparently is Sunderland. That's because of where he's from. Did you not see him against Sunderland?
I didn't see him against Sunderland. No.
I was switching between Everton, Sunderland, and some other game.
Oh man, he was applauded. The applauds for the fans. He was touching his art. He was doing all sorts.
Yeah, well, why
to the home
wouldn't he?
fans. Yeah. So, like I say, I think
He's their Shearer, isn't he? Him and
more or
Jordan
less, yeah.
Henderson.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Henderson would have gone to Sunderland.
That's
Yeah.
their name. Yeah.
Oh, well
Look
done,
at
Kane
Harry
down his
with
left-hand
his,
side.
look at that with his turn of speed.
He gives the ball away.
Oh,
there's a chance.
yo! Marcus.
Hurt himself there. The Serbian player slid on the edge of the box, and straight away he put his hand up. I'm not sure whether he's done a ligament here. Yeah, I don't know whether he's done a ligament here, but he went down in a bit of a slump, and straight away, Rashford. I'm going to say he passed the ball back to the keeper because he was that type of hero. No, he wasn't. He was just a very poor shot. But he's seen straight away that the lad was in trouble and went straight to him. But again, there's the Megs on the right back.
He looks so much more confident, Rashford.
Oh, he's a different player. Totally different player.
Completely.
But what I'm saying now, Balko, again, we were talking the other night. What are wingers for? You want to compete, you want to get involved, you want to be on the goal scoring. We've seen Saka just get a beautiful goal. Problem with Newcastle is it doesn't matter who plays up top, unless you've got players outside of that are willing to do the hard yards and get in behind, take on defenders, stretch them. You're never going to get the service or the output from them, and we are miles behind at the moment with our wing play. Absolutely miles behind.
Do you think
That's what I said. For me, I would take out the pacemen and literally just put the two lads that are at the minute the sharpshooters in the team, because with Murphy and Barnes, you've got two players that are willing to have a shot at goal. You know what I mean? And if Walter wants to drop in and be that extra midfielder, then you've got those players still high for you. It just means you've got to change the shape slightly.
But here's the thing, Gary. Here's the thing. If you do that, and I'm not saying I'm against it, when do you then give Sean Neve the chance to come in?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the idea is
Eddie's been criticised all the time for not bringing young'uns in.
Yeah.
And I agree. If we want to change things, that's certainly an option that we're going to explore. But
yeah, the way I look at it now is the fact that you've got no output from the wingers, none whatsoever. Right? There's the XG is less than it's been in the 4 years that Eddie's been with us. Right? So for me, it's a case of who is going to support a new striker in situ and get shots on at goal. And like I say, if it ain't working wide, then all you do is you go narrow. Still the same players. And at the minute, like you said, if Sean Neve comes on, then what you can do is revert back to where you were before and drop them out a little bit wider and maybe then go with a little bit of pace to support Neve. For me, at this present moment in time, I don't see our current setup giving us the amount of attacking elements that will win us many games at this present moment in time.
Whoa,
I just don't.
got a corner.
The output just isn't there for me.
I think the proof's in the pudding, isn't it, Gary? You're quite right, because you've seen more results. So.
Well, it's like I said, even when we were winning, because you haven't got a team at the minute that's firing because there's no out ball. Everybody drops in to try and suffocate the opposition. But then we are so lax with this 4-5-1 where we go three narrow in the middle, but then the two wide men that have dropped in still out wide. So there's still angles, there's still gaps. What we've got to do when we go to the 5 is force the ball to go wide so then we can collapse that effort by moving 2 or 3 bodies at it and try then breaking as a unit forward. And I think at the minute we are a little bit on the, like I say, it's all huff and no puff for me at the minute. There's never an out ball.
Is that another corner for Serbia, or is it goal kick?
I don't know what that was, to be fair. I think it was a goal kick, wasn't it? I was just reading.
He's not happy, that's for sure.
I think it might be a goal kick. Yeah, is it? Yeah.
Goal kick.
Do you think Eddie will sit down with the likes of Alanga and like with this type of game with Saka and say, look, this is how I want you to play?
So, again, if you listen out to the chat outside of Newcastle, talking about Newcastle, a lot of the chat is saying, but Alanga hasn't, it's the old Barnes syndrome, he hasn't been given a run of games. Yes, what he's done so far hasn't been good, but he hasn't been given a run of games. But can you give somebody a run of games when the games that they're playing, they're not performing?
I think it's not individually though. Then when it's like I say, it's the old adage. At the minute, you can't risk giving a player that's out of form a game because there's half a dozen players that seem to be out of form, and I think that is where we've got to drive. You can carry one player. Sometimes you can carry 2 players. You can never carry 5 or 6. O'Reilly now on his left-hand side on the inside left position.
That was Harry Kane all the way in 6 there.
Back a give and go with O'Reilly and Rashford, and it's a corner. Good save for the keeper down by his near post. This O'Reilly looks full of confidence. Getting forward, lads.
He hasn't looked out of place at all, has he?
Oh, but he's got a hell of a shot on him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a deflection that was off number 19 Serbia.
Yeah, no,
but I mean, like I say,
it was on target without the deflection.
I think he was going for more across, mate, to be fair. From what I could just see there, he looked like he was just trying to zip it across the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
Put it back in the danger zone. But like I say, the deflection, the keeper had to be on his toes there.
But did he say that attack started from Kane winning the ball, getting the ball on his own 18-yard line?
Oh, it was a header. Oh, Kane nearly got a header at the back post there. Yeah, you're right. But again, what did you see differently to what Voltemada does for us?
I was just going to say
runners.
Well, Kane was in the box when O'Reilly had his shot.
But what I'm saying is,
after having started the move from the 18-yard line.
What I was going to say was, if you look at this, none of these other players really play with a striker like Kane, and we keep using the excuse that we need to learn how to play with them. But these guys don't normally, so they've seemed to have just picked up on how Kane plays straight away.
You've got to have movement, Andy. If you move forward,
No, I'm saying that the guys who are not playing for England, I'm saying if they play for the normal clubs, don't play this style of football.
Look at that again with Kane in his own half, takes the ball, beats his man, and he does the Pirlo up to Rashford. Yeah. What a ball!
Well, that's a ball again. Rashford in the box. Oh, again, Rashford's been penalised. But I mean, I couldn't understand what Balky's saying. These guys don't train together. They only have a couple of days together, and everybody in a white shirt that don't play together in a domestic competition. They're playing in the against each other at the moment now, and the formation has formed itself. But as soon as he comes deep, what you've got is Rashford on his bike. What you've got is Saka on his bike. What you've got is O'Reilly, on the overlap. So there's runners. And when you're running like that, there's always an out ball. The problem is with Newcastle, there's far too many players want the ball into feet. and not willing to
I
push
think, though,
themselves to the.
I think you're doing Kane a bit of a disservice there because the balls he's playing are
Well,
just
I'm not saying
superb.
Kane. I'm not doing Kane a disservice whatsoever. I'm talking about Kane becoming that extra midfielder, but his out ball, he's still got to have somebody to aim for. Who has Voltemada got to aim for apart from going backwards or sideways? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, again, hello. Good save.
Yeah. Good little feed into the box there.
Are you guys getting a little bit of the commentary through? Or?
Yeah.
I don't know where that's come from.
I've just messaged Chris.
I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeper, but I wouldn't want my goalkeeper that far out from the goal, to be honest with you.
Corner kick now in swinger for Serbia.
Which with the corner. Pavlovic just peels away.
Drop it into that near post. It's come out to Terzic, and again could have come through to Pickford, but they've dealt with it. Played the ball out in England, and again they're looking for that ball to release Rashford again, and he's one-on-one. Rashford, he plays the ball inside, looking for Royce. The keeper gets down and gets his hand to it, and the keeper again rushes out to clear down the line. But it's a throw into England. Again, you see that out. I mean, again, look at that. Straight away, they've got somebody who's willing to run. And that's all you need in a black and white shirt. Somebody who's willing to break them lines.
Was he offside or did he start in his own half there?
No, he wasn't offside. He was in
No. I'm talking about the Serbian player. It wasn't. I don't think it was a throw-in. I think
headed again.
Because the England players were getting themselves up the pitch that quick that when the keeper made that clearance, the Serbian player was offside.
I thought I was just having a look at that. Rodgers' his little flick towards goal there. It's a shame that there wasn't enough on that. I think the keeper would have got it, to be fair, if it was on target.
Not enough spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, goal kick to Serbia. Long kick down. Again, it's just headed on by Serbia, but it's easy for England to take it back to Pickford, who goes long this time. Picked up by Elliot Anderson, who heads it square. O'Reilly now picking the ball up. Plays Rashford again. First time, it's just up to Royce. And again, Rashford, again, with the ability just to run off his man. Rashford into Royce. Royce on the half turn, gives it to O'Reilly, hugging this left touchline. O'Reilly goes backwards to Elliot Anderson. Anderson goes square out to Konza. All of the England players, all apart from Pickford, pushing Serbia further and further back. Konza inside to Elliot Anderson. Anderson back to Stones. Stones now looks up and he goes the same way again. Back to Elliot Anderson. Out to Reece James now on that right-hand side. Back to Elliot Anderson. And Anderson's the... you notice, Elliot Anderson seems to be the one, like our Bruno, if you like. I'll have the ball, I'll have the ball, I'll have the ball. It's like just pinging back to him all the time. Serbia now with a bit of a run down this right-hand side. It's deflected. That could go all the way for a corner, which it does. Deflection off Stones.
I know he's got his critics, but John Stones is a hell of a defender.
I mean, like I say, I think he's a great defender. I think he's one of them players that, again, just, I think, unfortunately, he got that injury. He just doesn't seem to be the same player. But has he lost a yard of pace now? Yes, he has. But I think he's still got the mindset to help him out there. But I agree with you, mate. I think he's a good defender.
I think he makes the game look easy.
I think he's a very good defender, but it's not necessarily his defensive qualities that make him a good defender. It's the other qualities that he has. He's bringing the ball out and his distribution, as well as being a very, very good central defender. The way he can bring the ball out and turn things around is what his real strength is. Half time, anyway. That was a reasonable half to watch.
Yeah, I would say the first 20 minutes was a little bit of a slog, but once they'd given up the chase, I
And
think
it
England
was
then.
a bit like when we played them over there. You know, the first couple were hard to get, and then it was bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that's an
It's nice,
interesting one
nice,
for you guys to see.
nice watching a game with wingers who are actually doing the job.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I can't disagree. It's like I said, when you've got the opportunity to go out there and produce something, then you've got to try and go there. There you go, Republic of Ireland. I've got
Bloody hell.
a good one. 2-0 up against Portugal. Parrott got the 17th and 45th minute. 2-0 up. Well done, lads. Yeah, it is an interesting one. It really is. Like I said, for me, all you want is runners in the team, and I don't see, anything wrong with the way Newcastle play if they played with runners, because they've got the players to do it. They're young, they're fit, they're fresh. It's just they don't seem to have the will to do it, and I think that's the problem. If I was to say to you guys now, when was the last time you saw um, Gordon have a fantastic game? One that you think, oh, I'll throw him out. I can say one. He got man of the match for, and that is it. And I think, like, you look at it and you think, well, that's not good enough, surely, to God.
But
When
it's
you've
not.
got, when you're pushing like he is
And it wasn't
to
in the
get
Premier League
into
either.
World Cup. Well, I'm not being funny. Exactly. I mean, that's the other thing, isn't it? If you rise into the big games, that's not good enough on its own. Um,
I'm just having a look. We're seeing that Ireland's. We're seeing the Ireland score. I'm saying bloody hell, 2-0 against Portugal, and
There you go.
Portugal have got
that's one for you, mate. Look.
the worst 10 night stripper crowd. That's right. Portugal got Costa, Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, Ignacio. They've got Neves, both are Neves, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva. It's not like they've got a substandard squad out.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the Irish team, and there's probably
I can't even think of a player.
four names that you would say, good player.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's mad though, isn't it? When you think, like I say, because Portugal have already qualified, haven't they? I think they've already qualified. I think when. So are they just literally, got their heads somewhere on the beach rather than on a bit of grass?
They haven't definitely qualified, especially not if they get beat tonight. They're on 10, Hungary on 8, and Republic of Ireland on 7.
No, right.
Goal
Excellent.
difference +5, Hungary +2, Republic of Ireland +1. Armenia, the also runs. So it's give them a go. They could get caught. They can both catch them.
Oh, I thought they'd already qualified. No. Who's impressed you then in the first half?
Harry
For
Kane.
England.
I mean, seriously, how many balls in that first half has Harry Kane picked up and pinged the ball to a man in space, easy peasy like that?
You think he'd have done that in a black and white shirt, Darwin?
Well, I would like to think so.
So who's running?
well, you might have a Langer, and you might have if we had Harry Kane playing for us, you might have a Langer and Gordon running.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think
it should. I suppose is the question.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If Voldemort similar to Harry Kane, and he's got the same type of thing in his locker.
But he
hasn't.
His is different. He wants to beat the men that are surrounding him and just stick a ball out to them.
Well, again, he can play the ball through the middle, and I'm sure if he's got somebody to aim at, I just don't think you've seen the best out of Voltemora yet, because I don't think he's
I'm
got
absolutely
anybody.
certain you haven't seen the best of Voltemora yet, and you won't see the best of Voltemora until we get players running in front of him.
I think the three players that impressed me. I think the two wingers have done really well, Saka and Rashford. But I think O'Reilly at left back as well. He's not looked out of place one little bit, and it's nice to see a left back playing for a change.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
I
was waiting
let
for
it lie.
Come on. Hey, when Dan Burn comes on, where do you think he's playing? Left back,
centre back, 100%. and he'll do absolutely fantastic there. Natural position.
Yeah, I think he will. I don't expect any changes, to be fair, unless somebody's picked up a knock. I'd like to see Foden on that.
Well, I don't know.
I
don't know. I think you might want to have a look at some players,
Do you think?
But do you not think we've got too many the same players, though? Foden, Eze, type of players play virtually in the same hole. Bellingham, another one.
You talk about strength off the bench. Have you looked what we've got on the bench there? Bellingham.
I wouldn't mind it as my first 11, mate. Never mind that.
Exactly. Wharton, Bellingham, Wharton, Foden, Eze, Bowen, Trafford. Jed Spencer's on the bench. Why did I not see him before?
I don't know.
And of course, the one and only.
He's from Blythe.
He's from Blythe.
Do you not think it might be worth giving another striker the second half? Would all know what Harry Kane can do, and he's going to be number one anyway. But maybe it's just.
I think what he might just be doing, Tuchel being Tuchel, get the second goal, and then have a look.
Potentially, I just think it's maybe it's worth. I mean, as you say, we're qualified, so maybe it's just worth giving another striker a chance. See how it goes, especially where your winger's playing so well there.
Except he hasn't got a
proper,
a recognised striker on the bench. He's got a lot of number 8s and number 10s there, but not actually a number 9.
Yeah, exactly.
And having said that, having said that, Harry Kane is not exactly playing as a number 9. He's playing as a Voltemora.
Yeah. Well done, Holland.
It's interesting. It's interesting that Andorra are holding Albania at the minute still.
Corey Daisy, can Win sing the Dan Burns song? Good show.
He's from Blythe. You'll never ever be Dan Burn. He's from Blythe. You'll never ever be Dan Burn.
There you go.
And
you won't.
Corey in prison.
We've got no warden on the case tonight.
No warden. Yeah, it's a jail-free evening. What's happening?
Thanks for the super chat, Corey. Great show this morning, by the way. If any of you aren't listening to it, the breakfast show with Corey and Sam are excellent.
Yeah, it's a good banter.
Do you know what? I've managed to get it on the radio, like on my phone. So on the way to work, listening to it on the way into work, and them two bantering on with each other is absolutely brilliant. It's such a laugh. You get in, and I'm sort of sitting in the car park thinking, I've got to go in soon, I've got to go in the minute I start soon. I don't want to miss anything.
What are you listening to it on?
Oh, I'll have to get my phone when I'll let you know.
Was it the one, the link I put in the chat?
It was, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And it's, as I said, it's great banter between the two of them.
So if you want, it's 24 hours a day, folks.
It is.
On radio.garden, and any internet connection, radio.garden, TalkSport, radio, NUFC, TalkSport Radio.
There's a Question here.
NUFC Talk. Sorry.
Have you seen the PFA will sue the Premier League if they bring the new anchoring system? I haven't. I haven't looked at that. It's certainly something that I will have a look at, though, Matt. Thank you for that. It's something for the show, I suppose. We can have a look at.
It is, of course, a restriction of trade.
What's an anchoring
It is.
What the Premier League are saying...
It's squad cost, isn't it?
Right.
Is that any team can only spend a certain amount of money in total, and that is anchored to the amount of money that the bottom team in the Premier League receives from TV revenue and gate revenue.
Thank you very much.
So
there you go.
You know, if you work that out, it'd be in like 110 million Southampton got last year.
At the bottom club, yeah, something like that.
And they're saying it's a. They haven't decided on it yet, as far as I know, but it's supposed to be going to be around 4.5 to 5 times that. So the most any club can spend on wages, transfers, agents' fees, etc., is 4.5 to 5, depending on where they land, times whatever the bottom club gets in prize money from the Premier League and TV money.
Yeah, thanks for that one. Now, because like I say, he said it's on Sky Sports 2 hours ago. So yeah, it'll be something that we'll chew on, and we'll certainly throw a.
Lads, just before the second on, this nothing to do with the game. When I was watching, I had to just watch through ITV website. Is that it didn't come up on the second screen for me? Do I need to do something or
what is in Surrey book?
On the left-hand side.
When do you know on the power? We've got the two screens. I've just got used 2 on the. Well, there was 3 on both screens.
Can you see the private match on the left-hand column?
Yeah.
Press on that. But don't transition it, because obviously we'll get hammered if you do. And that should come into your editor screen.
Got it. Yeah.
There's adverts on at the minute.
And then do I just? It's all the only thing it's got.
Don't do anything. Just look.
Don't do anything.
You should be watching a Chase advert at the minute.
It says playing on the left-hand side, on the left-hand side, but when I click on it, it's not doing anything.
Okay, right. So if you go in the extreme left-hand column and
on the
scroll down to live match, don't hit the blue and white button. Just hit the live match.
Yeah.
And you should have. Oh, right. Mine's done the same.
Well, mine hasn't.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know. I've still got it on. It's still chatting with the lads in the box. Though, to be fair,
I can see Roy Keane down the bottom on one screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's what you should be seeing. Yeah, but that's what you should be seeing on the editor screen.
On the editor screen, and I'm not either, guys.
Oh, right, okay. I'm not sure what that is.
I am now. Try clicking again.
No, it's still not doing it. It's fine because I can just pause the ITV and watch it on there.
Yeah, exactly. The lads are just coming out on the field, so we'll get straight back into it as we can. I've just did a report, just so everybody can listen to this. A report from the Mirror. Newcastle will target former Spanish star Xavi if Eddie Howe leaves the club. With Ross Wilson a big fan of the Spaniard, Xavi's principles are shaped by slick passing patterns, and the likes of Sandro Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes would thrive at the heart of such a system. But it's Anthony Gordon who could benefit the most, finding more freedom down the left channel in a system that would see the Magpies soar to the top of the Premier League possession charts, maintaining the 4-3-3 tactical shape that Howe has enforced. There you go. So it looks like Xavi has been earmarked as as a replacement if Eddie Howe leaves. I don't know whether anybody said anything or something's come out of the club. So there you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Right then, so it's Serbia.
Do
to
you
kick off.
believe it?
Listen, I don't believe anything that is tick. You know, until I hear something official from the club, it's all hearsay.
And they're off at Wincanton.
Indeed. Ball has come through to Konza. A little back heel there
nice.
from
Who was that?
Elliot Anderson.
Well, lovely little
Excuse me, I've got something in my eye. Don't say an eyeball.
Cruyff turn.
Yeah. Konza back to Pickford now, picking the ball up centrally. Again, no press from the blue shirts of Serbia. Rice, Elliot Anderson again, just anchoring in between the two centre halves there. And Elliot James, Reece James gives it back to Konza. Pickford. It looks. I think Foxy could be right. I think Serbia will be happy if they can get a draw here. That's a poor back pass, though. That's a really poor back pass. That's like the school of.
You don't want to do that.
Struggling it for a corner. I'll have that. Thank you, very glad.
In the words of Harry Enfield.
That was a few years
Who's
ago
that
now.
character again? Interfering dad or something? You
I
don't want
never
to
used to
do
watch
that.
I never really watched Harry Enfield apart from like snippets. I don't know why. Quarter to England then, in swinger. See what we can come off that. Apparently, Congo have just scored in the 92nd minute.
Right, let me have a look.
Ball swing in towards the back stick. Ooh, it's beaten everybody.
Ooh, they have as
The
well.
referee has blown
90
for a free
plus
kick to
4 I'm
Serbia.
looking at here.
Yeah. So the more they get the lead.
No, it's not that. The point is, everybody didn't give them really a hope against me included. Didn't give them much of a sniff against Cameroon.
But Cameroon have dropped off massively, mate, haven't they? Serbia trying to play the ball out again, and this is left back situation. They go along to the halfway line, but again under the press, and the referee again has given free kick to. Is that to Newcastle on the half? Well, just inside the Serbian half. Didn't really point either way. Then the referee.
I think if you're a Premier League manager and one of your players is on this pitch, you're thinking, please take him off soon, Thomas, because
Absolutely.
these are beginning to lose their heads here. They're going to start kicking them and all sorts.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, isn't it? You want the lads to go out there and perform, but you don't want them to come back with anything that could be detrimental to the Premier League position. I mean, to be fair, we've got nobody on the field to play, so I ain't that bothered, to be fair. But like I said, the longer it goes on, I'm sure there'll be lots of people out there going, "Oh no,
yeah,
Stones out to that left-hand side." O'Reilly gives it back, and again he's looking to go down that line. A great ball again over through the right-hand side to Saka. Saka inside to Reece James. Reece James to Elliot Anderson. Back to Reece James. Reece James back to Saka. Saka trying to get an inch back to Rodgers. Rodgers now gives it back to Saka. Saka trying to deliver into the box, and he does. But again, it's cleared by Serbia. Serbia on the half turn here now. Ball down that right-hand side. Again,
you don't want to do that.
I think he's got two boots on the left foot there because his right foot just ain't working. He's kicked it out for the corner, now he's kicked it out for a throw-in.
I think you were loads of money from that show, weren't you, in? Loads of money.
Loads of money.
Loads of money.
And the Gaza version. Loads of money, man.
Do you remember the Geordie footballer as well? And he was
No, the commentator.
South American or something, wasn't he? And he'd go like speak all South American, and he'd go, then I put it in the back of the net, like lad.
That was White House, wasn't it?
It was
What's his first name again?
Paul.
Paul Whitehouse,
Rashford now coming on the inside onto his strong foot, lashes one, deflected wide for a. I thought it was a corner, but it's not. It's a goal kick.
No, obviously deflected off an English boot.
Yeah, it was Harry Kane.
Do you know that? Oh, was it on target?
It looked as if it was sneaking in that corner.
Yeah. You don't mean to see wingers do that if they get it on target, do you? Cut in and shoot.
That's all I want to see, mate. That's literally all I want to see. It's like that deflection could have gone elsewhere, as we've seen from Tonali and Voltemada. A little glance off a heel or something like that, and it wrong foots the keeper.
That's it.
I mean, the only thing I would say about that one, I don't think it was so much as a glance. I think he actually knew
what he was.
It was very fortuitous that the ball got to him, but he did. I think. I don't think it was just a bounce off him. I think he deliberately steered it goalwards.
Every time I watch this young lad now, Elliot Anderson, I'm questioning
why will let him go.
If Eddie Howe actually saw the talent in him. I really am, because for me.
Oh well, Eddie Howe's on record as saying he was, devastated to have to let him go.
I know he is now. I mean, I'd be devastated watching him doing what he's doing. And
No. To be fair, at the time, he said it before he'd had his season at Forest. And minted, to be fair.
Players. Yeah, I still think there was players that could have gone there with instead of. I think that was one of those, situations where he's not getting a game. He's not going to upset the balance of the team.
Listen, there was definitely a lot of that in it. But to be fair, would you have picked him in front of Bruno, J7 or Tonali at the time?
Not at the time now, but like I said, when you're working with somebody all of the time, we didn't see a lot of him at all. And I think that is, again, it's like the tried and trusted. And this is where Eddie Howe now is starting to fall on his sword a little bit, because he's constantly picking the tried and trusted. No rotation. That's where I'm coming from.
Right, I'll take all that on board, but you're saying we didn't see a lot of him. How many games do you think Anderson played for Newcastle?
Oh, top of my head. But when you say played, he had cameos.
Okay, they weren't all full games, but how
many did he start with? I think it's the question.
How many was he involved in?
No, because that's an unfair question, because he used to come on like for a few minutes at the end. It's got to be how many games did he start.
Okay, how many minutes?
He's had over 1,000 minutes.
54 games he was involved in.
And
I had 60 in my head, but like I say, how many minutes in total are we?
I'll find out.
I bet he didn't start more than 20 games for.
Oh, nowhere near. I don't think it was anywhere near 20 games. It was a bit of a challenge on the keeper there from Rodgers. The referee's giving it the way of Serbia. I don't think there was much on the keeper, to be fair. He was kicking the bottom of his boot.
Really just running through, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, again, they are playing dodgy, though, Serbia. Trying to play out from the back. Good ball out to that right-hand side, though, to be fair. Again, under pressure, it's deflected out for a throw into Serbia, halfway in their own half.
I think we need to remember this one. We are still only 1-0 up, though. For as little as Serbia, and we haven't got that second goal yet.
No, and like I said, you look at it's a bit flat. at the start. Again, lads haven't really come out with any musto yet. I've had a couple of snippets, but again, it's like we haven't quite got to the races yet. And again, maybe it's the fact that Tuchel said, let's just see how Serbia start. Just keep your shape, work the channels, work the ball, and then let's see what comes off that. Because, like I said, the longer the game goes on, the more that they have to commit to try and get this equaliser, because they will expect us to go and thump Andorra. Not Andorra. Who are we playing on Sunday? Can't remember.
Albania.
Albania.
Ooh,
There's got to be
that was a horrible little drag back.
Yeah, he was offside though, unfortunately.
Offside.
Yeah, Saka did everything right there in that situation, but like I say, he's saying that he was offside, but he got pulled to the ground. So it definitely looks like Cordero's coming back in January. Newcastle will pull the plug on the deal early and recall 18-year-old Cordero in January. Promises are not being met by Westerlo, and a fallout with the coach over minutes this season has hampered his development. Not only is he below the level he was expecting to play, he's played less than 100 minutes for the Belgian outfit. Oops. And he's yet to start a game. So there you go. We'll have Cordero back. I'm glad he's coming back though. Hopefully we'll see him before the end of the season. Rashford then was unlucky. And then Rodgers, unfortunately, lost his footing.
Hopefully we'll get a better loans manager as well, so this sort of thing doesn't happen moving forward.
Well, again, you're looking at Hodgkinson now saying, he wants these 100 days to have a look at the staff. I think he will be looked at seriously with what's happened and developed, previously. Serbia on the attack down this left-hand side, to be fair, plays a nice ball inside, just on the edge of the penalty area. But again, great challenge from Harry Kane that he's on the edge of the box. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, this kid takes a lot of flack, but when you're working from the front line, there's he's run from the edge of his own penalty area, and he's the furthest forward player on that return ball. It's commitment to the cause. Anybody would think this lad was 21. That's the type of attitude you want your players to have. Serbia with possession, deep in their own half.
Do you think he is just a one-off hire, Harry Kane, Gary? He seems to be... I've never really seen a player like him before in regards to doing that sort of thing. He's box to box as a striker.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, they very. I mean, the problem is
that's a fairly recent phenomenon, I mean that started probably 2-3 years ago.
What's that?
Prior, Kane dropping back as much as he does now.
Well, he did it for Tottenham, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Not in the early days. He didn't. No.
I think it's part of his game that he's obviously developed.
He had Son. He just used to hang around the penalty box and wait for service, which he got. Hence, of course, his magnificent goal record.
Oh,
but it was only in the last sort of, I would say, 2 years at Tottenham that he began to drop back. Certainly as far as, I've never seen him dropping as far back as he's been doing tonight, by the way.
But as Gary says, he's doing that, but he's also then the furthest forward player.
That's right. He's got all this, 4 year. I was saying get him in the summer. He's $500,000 a week. What the hell?
I never heard you mention Harry Kane when.
You're joking.
He did. He even talks about him in his sleep.
It was a no-brainer for me. 60 million release clause. Okay, you're paying $500,000 a week. There's 25 million. So you're getting Harry Kane for 85 million. Yes, no sell-on value, no nothing. But you're not telling me he wouldn't have improved our team.
Not 100%. The problem is you couldn't have played him with Altamora, really, could you?
Well, you wouldn't have actually got Altamora if that had been the case.
I suppose it's whether you're future-proof or you go for the here and now, isn't it?
Well, again, I'm all about the here and now. You know, when you're in the Champions League, you got to stop there.
100%. But as I say, the
ball,
other side.
What a ball!
Good ball. Oh, Rashford.
Oh,
Sorry, I'd got somebody else in my ear then.
It was a nasty little bounce he got, but
Yeah, I thought he did well to control that.
maybe should have done better.
I'm saying I've been really impressed.
I think that's being harsh.
Yeah, I agree with you, Balkan. I think Rashford is, like I said, he's got back to his best form, full of confidence, willing to take players on and have a go. And I think that is something, you know, teams just, like I said, it seems to me, in this day and age now, that we, especially English players, we don't see enough of. There's a lot of changes coming, I think.
Oh,
there
here
you
we
go.
go. You're going to get your wish. There's Bellingham, Foden.
Yeah,
but like I
it's
said,
going to be an interesting setup now.
What we've got on the bench is a wealth of riches, isn't it? I mean,
would you play Bellingham up top?
It depends who's coming off.
I would have thought Kane will come on.
I would as well.
I'd try him up top.
But maybe the substitution will be delayed.
Yeah, delayed. Yeah, Serbia on attack here, goes square.
Oh.
Just behind him. There's a nice little build-up play there.
I was just trying to say the name on the back of his shirt there, Vitch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, somebody Vitch.
Somebody Vitch. Oh, actually, it was quite he tried to do a Voltamara, didn't he?
Do a Voltamara, yeah, he did. Tried to guide it into that far stick. Look, I mean, again, expect communication. Two players going for the same ball there, weren't they? Reece James and Canate. Just losing that ability there, and the space opens up behind you. So it's all about communication. Yeah, good lad. It's from Saka. Rice now with lots of space to run the ball. Comes inside first time to O'Reilly. Well. Back to Rice. Out to Rashford. O'Reilly. Again, O'Reilly's using his hands there. The referee has seen it. Oh, it wasn't. It was Rodgers. That could be the last bit of football.
What I'm trying to say, that's ridiculous, that. Because I couldn't see that he'd done anything. He was being fouled, and the kid went down as though he'd been shot by a sniper, claiming a hand in the face. I didn't even see the hand in the face.
Yeah, it all come from the tug back of the shoulder, didn't it?
Yeah, but you could, he had his... Here we go. Oh, no, I don't know about that. I thought we were fortunate there, to be honest. All right, handball there.
Handball.
I think you got Eze's come on.
Oh,
right. I'll go even there.
I was just going to say Jed Spencer's coming on, but I get them mixed up. Same hairstyle.
Henderson's coming off for Foden. Rodgers is coming off. Sorry, Henderson's coming on for Foden.
Coming on.
Jesus. What am I
for Foden?
Foden's coming on for Rodgers. Bellingham's coming on. Who's Bellingham coming on for? Rice. This is going to be some setup, this. It'd be interesting to see the shape now.
Kane, Rodgers and Rice coming off, and Bellingham, Foden, Henderson's good. So Henderson's taking over for Rice, and Foden.
Will he come off for Eze?
I haven't got Eze going on yet.
Well, Eze's in. He was the first player on the field to play. So it's going to be interesting anyway.
Not according
Rashford
to
was
BBC.
out. Bellingham's in for Rashford. Okay, that's one. Oh, I didn't see you come on the off for Eze. It's going to be an interesting one. Foden there with the ball on the halfway line. We get a bit of a tap on the back of the heel there. Yeah, Rice for Henderson, I can understand.
Yeah,
there's been a complete change of guard up top. Yeah.
Oh, they've changed it now, right? It's come on for Rashford.
Oh, it's Rashford who's got it.
Right.
So he's come on that right hand
Bellingham for Rodgers, Henderson for Rice, and Foden for Kane.
Oh. Elliot Anderson again. He gets a nosebleed when he gets into the 6-yard box on the opposing side, doesn't it?
It's like Jigsaw, and he goes to pieces in the box.
Yeah, it just doesn't have that end product. Andorra 0, Albania 1.
No, well, that'll knock the stuffing right out of them, because that'll be related to them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's either going to knock the stuffing out of them, or it's going to.
Well, they can't
qualify.
They can't do anything now, can they?
They can't qualify now.
4 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they're just having the information now.
Yeah.
We see the coach's face, got you. Straight
Well,
away,
I suppose, as you're saying, the only way they can qualify now is by beating us. So I suppose they could just literally throw a load of attackers on. It's only 1-0. Any game when it's just 1-0 out can happen.
Well, you've already seen them get behind us once, and that was poor finishing, really, I suppose you could say. Then Foden on the chase down, trying to put the keeper under a bit of pressure. Comes onto his left foot. Does well there, to be fair, the keeper. Oh, that's a poor ball out, giving the ball straight back to England. Elliot Anderson plays the ball up to Bellingham, who's on the turn straight away. Bellingham inside to Foden. Foden onto Eze. Eze, who left side of the box, gives it back to Elliot Anderson, who has a shot that gets blocked again. Jordan Henderson. O'Reilly gives it. There's a Kante. Gives it down to Reece James. Plays the ball down the line to Saka. Again, it's given straight back to a blue shirt, though. But again, the white shirts pick it up.
Good press.
Yeah, very good press. Henderson. O'Reilly's literally playing on the inside right position as we speak. Henderson again looking down the line to Saka. Oh, sorry, it was Reece James. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Going Eze down that left-hand side, and it's coming to O'Reilly. Back to we're back. We're a bit. This one's a bit laggy. Anderson into Henderson, and then to Kante. Straight down the line now. I mean, it's just so easy at the minute to get in behind the blue shirts. O'Reilly back to Eze. Eze down the line, looking to drop that shoulder. That's the beauty of having Eze, I suppose, on the bench, because you can play in so many variations. You can come in as the 10. You can stay out there on the left-hand side. You know what I mean? That's what I like about this England side at the minute. Like I said, my only concern is strikers. We just don't seem to have many strikers at full flow at the minute. I mean, they're talking about Tony.
As long as you've got Harry, that's all you need.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you think of like Ollie Watkins. Who else is there that's really tearing up trees at the minute? Ollie Watkins certainly isn't.
I think that probably Bourne at 9 is your best shot after that.
Well, I reckon Ivan Toney wouldn't be ruled out because of his move to Serbia. I mean, he's doing all right over there, but obviously Serbia to
Saudi.
Arabia.
Saudi.
Yeah.
So it'll
All
be
ending
interesting to see.
BIA. Oh, that was lucky. But we're
Yeah.
making the most of it.
Henderson out this right hand side brings it back to Bellingham. Oh, too close to the keeper. It's sloppy, really.
Sloppy.
If
In a really
Wilson,
good position.
if Wilson picks up 10 goals this season for West Ham, does he get a chance?
Does he get a
Does
chance?
he sneak into the frame?
Does he sneak onto the bench? Is a player that he can bring on?
Like I said, I mean, obviously, there's more chance of me winning the lottery. But there's more chance of you getting 3 results right, and you've done it. For me, it's a case of anybody, and I think this is where, like with the strikers especially, you can't rule out anybody, because if you find form at the right time just before the start of the competition, and you keep yourself reasonably fit, then why not? You know what I mean? Because that's all you're looking for, is to have the option to do
Oh,
that.
lovely!
Go. Oh, that was some lovely football there with Reece James and Bellingham.
No,
And again, the ball across the box just gets cut out.
that's me, man.
Ooh, Eze was just on the edge of the
That
6-yard
was,
box, ready to put that in.
It goes back to our conversation at the very start, didn't it? Is that two better than Lewis Hall and Tino?
Yeah.
As well.
I don't think these two lads might have let themselves down.
That's what I said, wasn't it? James and O'Reilly, they're not bad.
No.
I think if Reece James could have kept himself fit, because he's a sick note, as we know, but when he's fit, he's amazing.
Well, I think that's the only thing that concerns you, isn't it? Reece James he has got a injury problem. He's been literally a sick note for a while now. But this season, he seems to have kept himself free down that right hand side. Yeah, 4-on-4 at the minute. All over to that right hand side, dink to the back stick. It's a header.
Oh, from Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Just shows you what 100% safe, are you?
No.
That's it. As long as it's 1-0,
there at the
never
back stick. Didn't quite get his head to it, though.
It was a nice ball.
It was a cracking ball. But again, it just deflects off Pickford. But has that already gone out of play? It looks like it had.
Well, it looked like it to me, but I thought they'd given the corner.
I did as well. Yeah. I thought Pickford was complaining that it'd gone behind, but like I say, ball played nicely there down that left position into Eze now, running central. Anderson plays the ball out to Reece James. Reece James now looks up into Saka. Back to Henderson. Henderson down the line to Reece James. Henderson. Inside.
Lovely this one.
To Bellingham. I mean, it's technically it's just superb,
I'm not talking about pendulum across the halfway line between your centre backs. So look at that, get another little back heel there.
It's just confidence, mate. This players full of confidence, all individually playing well for the clubs. That's why they're in the international.
What a ball!
That is. Ooh. Go on. I thought that was going to fall nicely for Foden in the 10 there.
It looked like a fabulous ball, didn't it?
Yeah. I thought that was just going to be pinged towards goal from Eze. Again, nice little give and go from Serbia there, in the halfway line. Down that right.
I think you're definitely going to see some emergency. That was poor.
That's a poor ball again for that same guy, the guy with the 2 left boots. Tuchel.
Oh, Mr. Vic.
Yeah. I think he's Mr. Vic. Oh dear. Ball again just being played across the back line of Serbia. And taking some risks. Oh, that's given away really cheaply to Reece James now. Reece James gets a drop of the shoulder, plays the ball into Saka. Saka now, Henderson plays a good ball in Foden.
Oh, come on. You've got to score that, man,
Jesus.
Foden.
Oh, in his current form at the minute, I thought that was going to ping the back of the net. I really did. He takes up a great position here, splits the two defenders, and then just tries to guide it inside the post, but he just takes it outside of the post. Good ball from Henderson as well, to be fair.
Was.
Doesn't need any power on that ball, just needs to guide it.
Just needs to get it on target.
Yeah.
The power's already on.
Ball all the way back down to Pickford. Just easy at the minute for Newcastle. For England.
Easy peasy.
I wish it was this easy for Newcastle.
I
wish
mean, all.
it was made for Newcastle.
Oh my days.
I've had a variety of hats on today. In the chat there, I've had me in, England shirt, Toon hat.
Yeah, let's look. Steve Waldo here. Never wear a hat with a red and white in it when you're a disgrace.
It's got the red cross on the front, though. That'll do for me, son.
Let's not get on about flags or hats again.
No. Jeez.
This is what I don't like about international games, is always in the second half they tend to go a little bit staler. They're not the same game as they were in the first half.
The urgency just disappears, doesn't it? Yeah.
And
I think that's the problem, though. It's like I said, when you've qualified, how far do you want them to go and, push themselves? It's like, now, can you just play, the tiki-taka football, if you like? At the minute, it's like I say, Bellingham's just walking through them. He's some player.
Ref. Well, I thought he got fouled there.
I think this is 2-0, their heads drop. But because we haven't got that second goal, they still feel they've got something to play for, so they are still keeping in themselves in the game. Go on.
Through to Saka. Saka tries to bring it back. Oh, it's fallen. Oh, Elliot Anderson. Oh.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw. It is a corner, though. Again, good ball back. I thought that was going to fall on to Eze again, but Elliot Anderson manages to get down that left side of the
shot off.
6-yard box.
Target.
Yeah, just gets it deflected out for a corner to England.
Foxy's in the chat there saying Tony didn't play last weekend for Al Ali versus
I've just read that,
yeah.
Yeah.
Forward option's a big worry for sure. Well, against proper teams it would be.
There was talk of him coming back to the Premier League, wasn't there? There was,
no, he wouldn't do that because of tax purposes.
I was going to say that the money.
He's got his 700 grand a week, so what's that, 50 to 35? He's got his 35 million salary.
Would you have signed him?
But I've signed Tony.
No, I'm saying, would you have signed that contract?
Oh, damn right I would. I'd sign that contract to play in the Antarctic.
Yeah.
Never mind the desert.
Yeah, it's mad. Absolutely mad. I mean, you think of the money that he's playing for per minute. It's crazy, isn't it? All tax free as well. So yeah, even though there's talk, I don't think there's a team in the Premier League, because what he'd be looking for is whoever takes him on board covers the cost.
His tax bill at least.
Yeah, covers the
2
cost
years it is, by the way, like so.
Yeah, you've got to be over there for 2 years, haven't you?
Yeah.
Before that goes nullified. I mean,
It
I'm
also,
surprised.
I mean,
Jordan
Henderson did.
did.
Henderson
I was
came
going to
back.
say. Yeah. I was just going to say that. I wonder what Henderson did.
I think he forfeited his wages, didn't
Go
he?
on, hit it.
Oh, deflection. Oh, here we go again. Jigsaw's there again.
Jigsaw.
At least he gets
I mean,
past the goals.
to be fair, that wasn't a goal scoring opportunity, but he had a
No,
chance
but
to
that's
keep
what I
it in
said.
play.
I mean, look at him. He plays it inside to Foden. Foden takes a shot, and he's still the lad running onto that ball, looking and hoping for anything that comes his way.
Was that a new tattoo I just saw on Foden there with 47 under his ear?
Probably. Oh, it's a nice leave there for Serbia. Turn England at the minute down this left-hand side. Got an opportunity here. Ball inside, which fell kindly. It's flicked up. There's a chance. Oh, Jesus.
My God.
How did he miss that?
Dear me.
I mean, that looked a little bit of a sitter, didn't it, for Serbia there? Ball flipped up, very similar to Saka's goal, but obviously a bit more central. At least put it wide. Yeah.
Do you think
that a little bit?
Do you think if this was in the actual tournament, lads, this is why he's got Dan Burn in the squad? If we're sitting on a 1-0 lead with 10 minutes to go, he brings Dan Burn on as a centre, No, I mean it's no seriousness. It's like a sort of centre back to be able to sort of head away things and take a little bit of control at the back.
I mean, it's like I said, you've got options either way, whichever way you want to go. You can go 3 if you want. You know what I mean? If you really want to see the game out, that's what I said. When you look at the England squad for what we've got, there's good numbers all over the park, and that's what I said. Dan Burn can't be playing bad for him to be looked at for an England squad. Same with Henderson. I question what is Henderson in this side. You know, we've got some good midfielders, but then I saw him against us, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can understand that. He's controlling. You know, he keeps moving, even though he's the older side of his professional career now. But he's got that ability to see something. He's never going to give you the end product, but it's about controlling the game. And you let the players in front of you do the hard work in front of goal. You just do your job and stop anything coming through. I must admit, since of all the changes, Serbia have probably had the best 2 chances that they've had the entire game. So you have to be careful making these changes.
No, well, that's why I said you might wait till we're 2 up.
Yeah. Foxy's saying there about the criticism that Oscar received when he went to China.
I was just going to put that one up.
Yeah. You know what? I wish that lad all the best because, like, obviously this is something that's been underlying for some time. You don't just get a heart issue like that. But like I say, it's obviously something that's arisen.
Unless you got it in China, of course.
Could be, you know, you talk about it. There's a lot of avian flus that affect the heart. So, you know, you never know. It could be something that he's.
But nonetheless, he's a lot more comfortable now than he would have been had he not gone to China.
I mean, I think these lads, after they've had a career like Oscar, though, I think the comfort is already there, mate, isn't it? You know, you look at, like I say, you look at the likes of Shearer. I mean, Shearer never got the money that the guys are getting now, but because of his rights, the TV rights and everything else, the lad's on more money now, than he is.
He's making more money now than he did when he was playing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a chance again.
Oh, hello.
Serbia down
but
Pickford
all
sees
right,
the danger.
Pickford's. Oh, what a ball.
Saka.
What a
Saka
ball.
the first challenge over the side there to Bellingham. There's a bit too much juice on there. Yeah, a bit too much juice on the Bellingham pass to Saka now. And it goes through to the keeper.
Saka must be on Duracell batteries because he just never stops, does he?
I know, when you consider he's been playing virtually non-stop since he was 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, you
think,
got that one bad injury last.
Oh,
Oh!
the chance! Yeah, the chance of coming now. That's Vlahovic again. Just kicks it over the bar. Ooh. He only saw the bin in the top corner, to be fair, though.
He did, hard to bear.
I don't think at this point you could complain if they got an equaliser here.
No, well, yeah, like I said, the problem is the changes. They coming through the midfield. So Elliot Anderson is off now.
Elliot Anderson
and
going off.
Morton's
David
coming
Beckham coming on, I think. Looks like him, didn't it? When he had his crew cut.
Crew cut.
Short crew cut.
Yeah, that one always makes me laugh when Fergie asked him to take his hat off because he hadn't told Fergie that he'd had a crew cut, and he refused to take it off. He kept saying, "Yeah, I will do it in a minute, Gaffer," and he waited till he was in the training room, and he went absolutely ballistic at him. What do you call that? I don't think it really matters what your hair looks like, does it? Again, another chance for Serbia down this left-hand side. They've obviously isolating Reece James a little bit, but the ball's gone out of play. Again, well done, Reece James, just giving him a bit of muscle down there.
I do think somebody needs to have a little word with Gordon about his hair.
Well, apparently, he said he wasn't going to get it cut until he scores again. It could be a while.
I thought you were going to see he has a good game again. It could have been even longer.
I'm going to say, yeah. He could be sitting on his hair by the time that happens.
Was it Rapunzel?
Yeah. I think they were saying Oscar earned 175 million in total playing in China.
When I was in the Navy, I went to Gibraltar.
There's a little dink over the top. Eze with a jump down. Oh, it's off the bar. Oh, it falls into the keeper's hands. That could have been it. That could have been the number 2. Again, look at that. They're isolating England now with that long boot.
I think someone was saying in the chat earlier on that Mancini's gone to Qatar to manage.
Right.
Well, no, he's there now. He's there now. Roy says, no, well, apparently he's been sacked.
Oh, is that why you said he was gone?
Yeah, aye.
That may be handy over the next couple of weeks.
No, thank you.
Is Tuchel's contract to the end of this season or till the
World Cup, I think.
Till the World Cup.
Yeah.
What about the crew cuts? I'm saying when I was in the Navy, I went to Gibraltar. Went in the bar was in Gibraltar. I says, how much for a crew cut? He says, 10 bob. I says, how are you, lads?
Eze plays the ball inside onto Foden, but again he gets crowded out a little bit there. Foden, he was a bit weak.
Was very weak.
Again, O'Reilly does
that was beautiful.
Well there. Yeah, it draws the player onto him and then just does a little turn, little pirouette. According to rumours, or reports I should say, Kraft is going to be called up for Sweden on Friday.
Oh, he wasn't.
Yeah, he's
late
going to be a late called up in replacement for Lucas Bergvall. From Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, I know that. It's hardly a...
It's not like for like.
Yeah. It was a good save from the keeper, to be fair.
Was a good save.
Pushed it down, it bounced up off the floor and onto the bar.
He did everything right.
Oh, he did everything perfect. And unfortunately, he just didn't fall for Bellingham.
No. I know this is a daft thing to say, but do you think sometimes you can have too many technical players on the pitch, like sort of 10?
Don't say that to Jeff, I mean.
No, but 10s and 8s just sort of, that they sort of nullify each other a little bit. So the likes of now, there's no like real focal point because they're all...
Here we go.
Over the top here for Serbia. Oh, great covering tackle there.
Dear me.
From Konate. I thought it was like a shot, wasn't it?
It was, I.
I think that's the most Pickford's got to do all game from his own player. Like I say, that I think I do agree with what Balky's just said. I think sometimes you can have too many Chiefs and not so many Indians, if you like, on the field of play, because everybody wants that ball. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to win. Everybody's crowded in the same area, and to a degree, that is Newcastle's issue. And that's what I said. For me, I always want workers as well as technical players.
Lovely ball.
Foden, we've got 3-on-2 here if he plays it right. Foden out to Eze. Eze with the first time. What a goal that is.
Lovely goal.
What a goal that is.
Lovely goal. All the way back from Saka.
Yeah, that's superb. And that's how you play through the lanes, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Draw
what
the
a
player.
ball.
What a first touch that is as well.
Well, as I
Great
was saying,
first touches.
You can't have too many little Chiefs on the pitch.
But yeah, you have got to be careful though, because like I say, what you've just seen there was everybody, deep, and then they've just broke three
Ping.
gambling high up the field. How many times do you see that in the Premier League, where players are allowed to just say, you know what, I'll stay high? And that's what I said. That is different with international football, because you have got those players in the deeper role that have got the technical ability to spot you and play you in. Sometimes in the Premier League, you haven't got that flourish of players, unless you're one of the elites, where you should see a lot more of it. But Bellingham does. I think Bellingham does extremely well there. That was a really good winning that ball back. He's deep. He's come away from that central area. He's gone deep. He's fought for that ball back. I think it's a great ball through towards Foden.
Gavin Fuller saying Gordon is the opposite to Samson. The longer his hair gets, the weaker he gets.
Yeah, he's got no muscle to carry it. That's why.
I think Win always makes a good point with the point that you're making there, Gary, about players
Steady bogey
staying forward in regards to set pieces and things. When Newcastle tend to have everybody back, if we kept two players up the pitch, maybe your two wingers, keep them up the pitch. Firstly, it makes them not have so many players forward, and secondly, it gives you a great chance on the counter attack.
Yeah. I say sometimes you've just got to gamble. You've just got to say, let's. Italy have scored a late winner assist with Tonali. There you go.
Oh, excellent.
I bet Tonali's playing left-centred as well, playing in the J7 role, because he plays outstanding there, absolutely outstanding at international level. And that's what I said. I'd love to see him do the same at Newcastle if he was allowed to do so. And that's the other problem. When you're too good at times, you could be played away from where you want to play, and then you do get isolated a little bit.
Well, they've got him in a double pivot in the lineup. 4-2-3-1 with Tonali and Cristante.
Did anybody say how much extra time it was?
What was that, mate?
+4.
+4.
Yeah. There's 3 goals in 5 matches now. It's doing well. I say that move for him has done him the world of good as well, hasn't it? I've never really
you
seen
can
much
make
of him.
the match screen much bigger Saka at the expense of the other screen by clicking on.
As again on the edge of the box, little dink forward. Oh, it's taken away from player and keeper by the Serbian. Out for a corner again to England.
And you can.
Yeah, it's unlucky there for England. In the final minutes, England 2-0 up against Serbia, which is, to be fair, what we expected. I think they're saying we need Gordon out of the England squad, so he might be good again. Yeah, he certainly needs a kick up the derriere. So, free kick to Serbia. I think there can't be much long left. There you go. It is the final. It's all over.
That's it.
England
Job
have
done.
won. Job done. Yeah, I say it was easy in the end, but it wasn't that easy. We did allow Serbia a couple of chances.
They did have
back in it.
Probably 3 chances actually later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see. You just took the words out of my mouth, Foxy. It is going to be interesting to see how he sets up in the World Cup with all that firepower in the 10. Because it's going to be awkward. If you don't get the balance right, it can make you look silly at the best of times. And again, you saw, I think Foden's been excellent for Man City because he plays in that role that is vacated by everybody else. So he has that ability to bounce left to right in the free space. In an England shirt, if you noticed, Bellingham wants to be in there. Elliot Anderson wants to be in there most of the time. So you're absolutely right, mate. I think for me, it is a case of who plays where and how are you going to get the best out of all these players? Eze, Rodgers, Saka, as he's listed there, even Bowen to a degree.
As we briefly
case.
touched on, there's definitely a striker's place up for grabs there.
Yeah,
Watkins
yeah, what I'm saying is I wouldn't want to put any of the lads that Foxy's listed there as me nine, because that again you're I suppose bottlenecking the quality. These lads play better when they're free and they can see the game. When you narrow them down, even Bowen, as good as he did for West Ham when he played up top for them, when Antonio got hurt and everything else, he looked good. He looked the part. I mean, I'm not being funny. He could have had some worldies. I mean, there was an overhead kick that I saw him do that was saved. But I mean, it was great technique. He has got the technical ability. But I don't think you'd want to rely on somebody like him to be your out-and-out nine. So I do think that's a weaker area. Everywhere else on the pitch, if you like, I think we've got lots to offer. I just think we need to find somebody else up top to support Kane.
I think if Dominic Solanke can get fit.
You think Solanke's the next level?
Yeah, and I think playing for Frank at Spurs, he could get well into double figures this season.
Is it the problem?
Calvert-Lewin for a minute there. I thought he was going to say Dominic Calvert-Lewin for a minute there. More chance.
Yeah, what's his space, mate?
Yeah.
That's a nice question from Steve Waldo as well. Anderson, at the minute, gets in any team due to his work rate and positive distribution. I don't think that's wrong either.
No, that's a massive thing for me. If you get them, pass it forward, man. Pass it. They should be fined for passing backwards. Pass the ball forwards.
I do think, like I say, I do think he is one of those players that unfortunately was let go. Rashford Madueke when fit. I missed that as well in that list. Tuchel likes Madueke. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it is crazy the amount of players in that 10 role, left to right, that England have the choice of. And you could play any of them, if I'm honest with you. I don't think you'll ever displace at the minute Rashford or Saka. I think that on the wing, I think they'll be the starters the way they're playing at the minute, unless obviously injuries. But who plays in the middle? If Bellingham shows form, I think it's got to be Bellingham for me. Rodgers has done okay, but I don't think he's a touch on Bellingham. And again, that proves how good I am because I saw Bellingham when he was 15 at Blues, and I didn't rate him. It proves how much I know about football.
Do you think the last few selections prove the fact that Anderson's got a really good chance of actually going to this tournament as a first team player?
Say again, sorry.
I'm saying, do you think with the last few selections Tuchel's made and how he's played, do you think Anderson's got a really good chance of going, if he keeps going the way he is, of going into this tournament as a first team player? He goes in as a first choice starter.
At the minute, mate, he's the perfect 6. because he gives you an out. He doesn't just sit. I mean, the difference between Henderson and Anderson is, as you see, when Henderson comes on, he'll distribute the ball, Henderson, and then he'll just stop. He'll support, he'll run left to right, and he'll give you the 5-yarders. But Elliot Anderson wants to be the last man and the front man. He'll give you that out. And I think to have players of that ilk in any side, he'll be one of the first names on Tuchel's list, I'm sure. The way he's played.
I think Rice and Anderson have got that nailed down now.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one.
Unless there's a massive drop off in form.
Foxy's just named all those players, right? Seriously now, would you take Gordon?
Would I take Gordon for England?
Would you take for England to the World Cup in his current performance when you've just seen what England have produced without him and still come off the bench that can play in Gordon's position? Would you say Gordon is worthy of an England cap?
Not on current form, absolutely not.
Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. So for me, Gordon shouldn't even. I mean, that's what I said. If Gordon wants to be in the England side, if he was watching that tonight, that should be the best kick up the backside that anybody could give you. Rashford first half did really well. Should have had a goal. Eze's come on in the same slot, got his goal. Looked really comfortable, didn't look out of place. Gordon's got a hell of a mountain to climb, mate, to get into this World Cup squad. A hell of a mountain. So that should be the best kick up the backside he'll ever get.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. When you looked at that bench that we had, Bellingham, this is the bench. Bellingham, Wharton, Foden, Eze, Bowen, and then the good defenders as well. But in their half, it's phenomenal, except for a direct replacement for Harry Kane.
I think probably a slightly easier question to ask is, how many of them players would you swap for Gordon? And there's at least 3 or 4 of them that are quite happily.
I can say all of them.
Yeah.
On current.
I'm not being funny. I'd swap O'Reilly for him. He could go and play better out on that bloody left-hand side. From what I've seen today.
I mean, playing the same position, and there's at least 3 or 4 there that I think could play the position that we've got and played for Newcastle better.
Oh, right far. But that's what I said. When you've got this tournament. But again, I'm going to ask the question. Is it the pressure of the tournament that's stopping players play? Is it added pressure that they are trying to do?
Are you talking about England at major tournaments?
Yeah.
No, it's every single time it's been the manager. For the last 30 years, we've had the players.
No, I'm on about individual players. Like we've got Anthony Gordon, right? We've just said, how many players would you swap for Anthony Gordon? I'd said all of them. But what I'm asking is it the pressure of trying to get into this England side, stopping Anthony Gordon achieving the goals?
Right. I thought you were
because
stopping
sometimes
England.
That can have an adverse reaction. When you're trying too hard, you can look, and we've seen it, you can look absolutely rubbish. And he's proved against opponents, competition and everything else. We've seen it in England. His step up is amazing. But you can't see it in a black and white shirt.
You got the man of the match.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said, So you can actually see the development in him, and he's got the ability to go and do the biz. But what's stopping him? And that's what I can't answer. Is it the fact that he's a tournament round the corner and he's got to perform at the level that we all expect week in, week out? Is that added pressure that's just taking him over the edge?
We will never know.
I think it's a mindset. Gordon at the minute, it just seems to be. He seems to have got his head into a headspace and he can't get out of it.
He's got his head into a headband. He wants to get out of that.
Squeezing him too hard.
Because that to me, it's actually noticeable since he started wearing that stupid Alice band. his form has dropped noticeably.
Yeah,
But he
absolutely.
doesn't seem to be the same happy-go-lucky lad that he was when he first. I mean, I don't remember when he first came.
I don't know what he's doing with all his bloody meditation and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's it. But if you remember when he first came, he ended up at Metro Centre by himself, and a fan gave him a lift to a hotel or something. Was the story? And he just doesn't seem to be that lad anymore. He just seems to have. I don't know whether his heads went too far up somewhere, but and he swore. But I just think he needs to try to get himself back to where he was, and that's sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah. You're right, mate. You're right. Steve Waldo has put in there centre back is England's main worry, and I suppose you're absolutely right when you look at some of the ones that are hitting the high notes at the minute. But there's a lot of players like the likes of Mark Gay wasn't even in the squad today. That wasn't even there. But you look at some of the players this, and I've just had a quick look. We're into November. The best centre backs in the Premier League by squawker score is Ruben Diaz. Obviously, he's not English, but he does sit level with Alvaro Derete at 74%. Trevor Chalobah and Gabriel close behind on 73%. So, Chalobah was on the bench tonight. You go down the list. Mark Gay is on there. Dan Ballard is on there for Sunderland, believe it or not. And Tyrone Mings is still on there for Aston Villa. But again, these are names of days gone by, really. So I suppose he's right to a degree that you haven't always got that depth in that centre-back position. Is that something that Thomas Tuchel needs to address as well?
Well, anyway, I've just had a message from our Lord and Master, and must be in a different. I thought I saw him come in before. I thought we were going on this studio.
Oh, well, okay. He's going to come on board and do his bit, is he? Right. Okay, I'm happy to stop anyway. We'll see you on the next one then.
Well, you'll need to leave this one, folks, and join Chris on the if you go in the chat, wait a minute, let's see if I can copy that into the comments. Peace.
So we'll see you. These guys will see you in there.
Follow the link, or I don't know. You'll get redirected. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on.
Indeed, and we'll see you on the next one, which is Sunday, 3:30. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.
See you
Thanks
later.
for joining us. Bye for now.
How are the lads and how are England?
That's his bands. Come on, then. Come on.